Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of Modes of Discussion. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Eric and I'm one of the teachers of our Introduction to Online Teaching course. I'll be walking you through 4 more modes of discussion to build on Amy's video. All 4 of the modes of discussion I'm going to be talking about today are available to you through Google Apps, all of which are available through your Global Online Academy email account. We're going to start with Google Docs, continue through Google Groups and Google Moderator, and we're going to finish up with Google's social media platform, Google+. So in addition to showing you what these modes of discussion are, I'm going to show you how to get to them. And really with these 4 I'm going to talk about, the easiest place to start is your email inbox. So here we are in my Global Online Academy email inbox. It looks just like a Gmail inbox if you have one of those. And to start with, we're going to do Google Docs, which is accessible through Google Drive. So if you scroll up to the top of the page and look for the Drive link, if you click on that, it takes you to Google Drive, which is a pretty amazing tool. What it allows you to do is create a series of different kinds of documents. A blank text-based document, you can do a presentation a la PowerPoint, you can do spreadsheets, or you can do forms, which is a very cool interactive tool. For today, we're focusing on documents. And by creating a document, you're really literally starting with a blank page, and it looks very much like a Word document, which may not seem like the best place to have a discussion. But what makes a Google Doc really good for discussion is that it is shareable and it's collaborative. So if you look at this slide, you have an example of a Google Doc. And a Google Doc is collaborative in the sense that you can invite as many people as you want, or you can make it totally public, to view, edit, and comment on what you've put in the document. So what you're looking at now is an example of a group project or a group discussion on a Google Doc. Someone has initiated the conversation by writing a longer response to a prompt from one of our previous courses. And then people are commenting on and adding to that person's thoughts in a couple of different ways. First, on a Google Doc, you can comment or edit directly within the document, as indicated here by this person who's contributed in a different color. Or you can use Google Docs comment feature to add marginal comments here, which are marked by highlighted text within the document. And so even though at first glance this looks very busy, maybe a little messy and disorganized to some of you, the interface is very intuitive. If you click on highlighted text, the relevant comment comes forward and allows you to see who's saying what about which parts of the document. What makes a Google Doc such a fruitful tool for collaboration is that it's not threaded. In other words, it's not layered chronologically. It's actually much more like a storyboard in the sense that everything is happening on the same page. In addition to that, all of the comments have comment features so that you can comment on the document and then others can comment on your comment. And so what happens is a really ongoing conversation both within and without the document that builds and develops over time. The closest analogy to a brick and mortar classroom that we thought about is probably like a Harkness discussion, which if any of you are familiar with that model, it's a student-led discussion, which is very democratic, and it also puts all parties on the same playing field in terms of leading the group. And that's really what a Google Doc can do. The next mode of discussion is a Google Group, which is actually very similar to a threaded discussion in Haiku with just a couple of relevant differences. Again, we're back in my GOA inbox, and by clicking on Groups at the top of the page, we're brought to the Google Groups homepage, where you can create a group via My Groups, or you can join someone else's group via the Browse All feature. And what happens in a Google Group is, as you'll see in this slide, what happens in a Google Group is you create a threaded discussion, and by creating a new topic, and then people can comment on it or add new topics within it, just like in a threaded Haiku discussion. Google Groups is embeddable in Haiku, meaning you can place it right in your Haiku page. You use a tool in Haiku called mini sites to do that, and I'm happy to show you how to do that if you have questions. What gives Google Groups a slight advantage over a Haiku thread discussion is its notification features. As you'll see here, the notification features is individualized, meaning each member of your group gets to decide how he or she is notified by Google. You can choose to receive emails every time someone contributes. You can choose to not receive any notifications at all. You can choose to receive a daily summary, meaning at a certain point during the day, Google sends you a digest via email of basically everything that's happened within your group in that day. The advantage here is that if you're really in a situation that you want to respond to students as quickly and as effectively as possible, you can do that with Google Groups notifications. Google Group also has a mobile feature that allows you to be notified and contribute to a Google Group mobilely, which is something that Haiku can't do quite yet. So that's another slight advantage that Google Group has. Very similar to Google Group, but a little bit newer and with one very cool feature is Google Moderator. As you can see from the screenshot, Google Moderator is a threaded discussion, just like Google Groups and the Haiku discussion. But what's interesting about Google Moderator is that it has a democratic component. And what that means is people can vote on contributions to the discussion that they find particularly useful or they just happen to like. And so it really adds this really nice low-stakes interactive component to a conversation that we found really engages kids. If you wanted your kids to, for instance, deal with a problem that you presented to them and submit their hypotheses to a group discussion, Google Moderator would allow them to do that in the same way they could in a threaded discussion in Haiku, but it would also allow them to go back and read what their classmates submitted and vote on the hypotheses that they thought were the most valuable. And that's really something that really works for that interactive, collaborative component of an online class. One note about Google Moderator is that it is a threaded discussion, and you can only vote on initial posts or new topics or new questions. Responses to questions or responses to posts just continue being threaded like a normal conversation in Google Groups or in Haiku. The last mode of discussion I want to talk to you about today is Google+. And Google+ is Google's social media platform. So once again, we're in my GOA inbox, and you can access Google+ in a couple of different ways. I'm going to go to my Google+ homepage, which I go to through here, the plus my name. And it takes me to my homepage, which includes a couple of different elements. It includes all my recent activity, chats I participated in, hangouts I participated in. It includes posts to communities and circles to which I belong. And it also includes links to my different circles, friends, family, acquaintances, and any circles I've created. A circle is basically like an email listserv you build within your social media page in Google. And so if I wanted to post something to Google+, similar to the way I might post something to Facebook or Twitter, I just type it into my status box. How is everyone doing? But the cool feature about Google+ is in this to field, I can actually limit who gets to see my post. If I choose my GOA circle to receive this post, only the people I've decided I am connected to via GOA will receive that post, and my friends and family and acquaintances will be left out. I'm sure you can imagine the possibilities when you're dealing perhaps with multiple classes of students, or you want to keep your students sort of unaware of posts you're posting to other circles. And so building a series of circles in Google+ is a really nice way to be in control of how your social media is delivered out into the world. The other feature of Google+ that we really like is communities. And if you've ever participated in a Facebook group, this is very similar. You've all been asked to join the iOLT community in Google+, which means you've activated your Google+ accounts and been accepted into this community. And a community is a place where its members can share resources and talk about those resources. And this is how we've been using it in the iOLT community. If you've had a chance to go through it, you see that Jake and I and others have been putting in links and various resources that are relevant to the stuff we're learning in this course. What you can also do within a community is make comments, as Jake did here, on resources that are available, and even within those comments offer related links so that the conversation keeps going. You can also +1 certain comments, which is the equivalent of a Facebook like, just a very informal way to show you approve. When you submit to a community, all you need to do is type in your status, offer the resource that's relevant to your post, and you can even choose the category under which it falls. And so what a community does that we really like is create that sense of interaction and sociability that a lot of people feel is missing from an online course. It's a fun, informal, easy to use way to get your students to interact with each other, but also that can be really meaningful. If you've ever posted a link or a video to Google Plus or Facebook or similar site, you'll find that it's really easy to share resources. And that's what a community does really well, is very quickly and very easily it becomes a great library for discussion and interaction in an online course. If you're familiar with Google Voice, which is a tool that I'd be happy to show you if you want to learn about it, Google Voice is a tool that you can use to set your notifications in Google Plus to be texted to you in your smartphone. And this is a feature that we've really found works well because you can create a free phone number in Google Voice that you can moderate to forward to your cell phone or to your email in different ways. And if you're interested in sort of that notification element, if you're on the go and you can't be in front of your computer all day, then I really suggest you check out Google Voice as a way to integrate your Google app notifications. And again, I'd be happy to help you with that. In the meantime, please take this time to go check out video prompt number 2 on your Haiku page and fill out the poll. Thanks.